Welcome to this lesson on the scientific method in physics. Today, you will learn how physicists discover truth about the natural world. The scientific method is the foundation of everything we know in modern physics, from the motion of planets to the behavior of atoms. It is a powerful tool that helps us separate fact from fiction and understand how nature really works. The scientific method is a systematic approach to understanding nature through observation, reasoning, and experimentation. Think of it as a carefully designed process that removes guesswork and personal opinions from our investigations. It is the foundation of all modern physics and represents our most reliable path to discovering truth about the universe. Unlike beliefs or traditions, the scientific method demands evidence and proof before accepting any explanation. The scientific method consists of 5 essential steps that work together to help us understand the physical world. First, we make an observation. Second, we ask a question about what we observed. Third, we form a hypothesis, which is a possible explanation. Fourth, we conduct experimentation to test our hypothesis. And fifth, we draw a conclusion based on the experimental results. These steps form a logical sequence that guides scientists from curiosity to knowledge. Observation is the first and most fundamental step of the scientific method. It involves using your senses to gather information about the world around you. Physics begins with careful observation of natural phenomena. This means noticing patterns, behaviors, and events in nature. For example, you might observe that objects fall when you drop them, or that metal expands when heated. These observations spark curiosity and lead to deeper investigation. Good observation requires attention to detail and an open mind. Once you have made an observation, the next step is to ask a question about what you observed. This is where scientific curiosity turns into focused inquiry. The question should be specific and testable. For instance, if you observe that objects fall, you might ask, why do objects fall downward and not upward? Or how fast do different objects fall? These questions transform your observations into specific problems that can be investigated using the tools of physics. A well-formed question guides the entire investigation that follows. A hypothesis is a testable prediction or explanation for the question you have asked. It is your proposed answer based on existing knowledge and logical reasoning. Importantly, a hypothesis must be something that can be proven true or false through experimentation. For example, you might hypothesize that heavier objects fall faster than lighter ones. This statement makes a clear prediction that can be tested. A good hypothesis is specific, measurable, and based on sound reasoning. It serves as the foundation for designing your experiments. Experimentation is the heart of the scientific method. This is where you actually test your hypothesis through carefully designed experiments. You need to collect data by measuring variables precisely and controlling conditions to ensure your results are reliable. For instance, to test whether heavier objects fall faster, you would drop objects of different masses and carefully measure their fall times. The key is to conduct experiments in a controlled and reproducible manner, meaning other scientists should be able to repeat your experiment and get the same results. The final step is drawing a conclusion by analyzing your experimental results. You evaluate the data you collected to determine whether it supports or contradicts your hypothesis. If the data supports your hypothesis, you can accept it as likely correct. If the data contradicts your hypothesis, you must reject or revise it. Either outcome is valuable because it advances our understanding. After reaching a conclusion, scientists communicate their findings to the scientific community through publications and presentations, allowing others to verify and build upon the work. The scientific method matters because it removes bias and personal belief from physics. By following this systematic process, scientists ensure that their conclusions are based on evidence, not opinions or desires. Critically, all results must be reproducible by other scientists anywhere in the world. This universal standard ensures that scientific knowledge is reliable and objective. This rigorous process has given us everything from our understanding of electricity to the complex principles of quantum mechanics. Every law and theory in physics has been validated through the scientific method. An important principle to understand is that science is iterative, meaning it repeats and builds upon itself. If experimental results do not support a hypothesis, scientists do not give up. Instead, they revise their hypothesis based on what they learned and test again. This cycle of observation, hypothesis, experimentation, and revision continues until a reliable explanation emerges. Through this iterative process, scientific knowledge grows stronger and more refined over time. This is how physicists gradually build deeper and more accurate understandings of nature. The process never truly ends because there is always more to discover.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.